I said, Tom Moore's going to be joining us coming up in just a minute, but we're going to talk all things 76ers with Tom Moore. But I do want to mention last night's game. It did hurt. It hurt a lot, as a matter of fact, to watch the Atlanta Hawks on the court in Milwaukee when you all know damn well that it should have been the Bucks here in Philadelphia playing Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, which hasn't happened since Allen Iverson was running around for this team, as we all know. I'll say this Hawks team does look like they're doing something special. And although Trae Young, for me, will probably forever be like a little scoundrel player that I'll hate, damn, he's good. And if you haven't seen it yet, this is amazing. About 3:30 left to go in the third quarter. Trae Young crosses over Drew Holiday. John Collins was at the top of the key with Trae Young, trying to set a pick. Really didn't set one, but attempted to. At least got Drew Holiday's way. Trae Young crosses over Drew Holiday to the left, crosses him back over to the right, took a dribble and spotted up. Picked up the basketball, spotted up, stared at the rim for what felt like an hour. But I went back and I looked at it. It was a second and a half is what it was. All honestly, from the time he picked up the basketball to the time he let it rip, it was a second and a half. And nobody from the Bucks jumped out to the top of the key, beyond the arc. Nobody jumped out. This wasn't like a 40-foot three-pointer. This wasn't a 30-foot three-pointer. This is your normal average three-pointer. And Trae Young standing right there. Nobody comes out to guard him. And Trae Young gives you a little that. Gives you a little shoulder shake. And then he lets it rip, knocks down the three. And the Hawks went up, I believe it was 8 at the time, 6 at the time. And I thought, good God, they're not losing this game. Even when the Bucks took a 7-point lead in the fourth quarter, I was like, that's fine. The Sixers have had 7-point leads. Sixers have had 26-point leads. It didn't matter against this team because somebody's going to get hot eventually, and Trae Young did. Trae Young scored 9 points in the final 3 minutes and 30 seconds of that game. And he had 48 points in total in the game last night. That's the most points a Hawks player has had in the playoffs since 1988 when Dominique did it. So this team does unfortunately look to be very special. And Trae Young just went off last night for 48 points. Giannis had 34. But I'm watching this Hawks team, and I'm finding myself, like, smiling. And I'm like, oh, no, God, no, you hate them. Don't you smile. But, yeah, I'd never seen the shoulder shake before you hit the three. Usually it's after you do the shimmy. He did it before. And then he still won the game. They got a shot of Giannis Antetokounmpo over there at the bench with the Bucks saying, like, how do you guys let him do the shoulder shake? We can't let him do a shoulder. Like, you have been disrespected. Let's rally. And they did. They went up 7. And then the Hawks were like, that's cute. See you later. And then they took care of business. It was wild is what it was last night.